Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hi, I'm Althea. Welcome to the Cauldron, Lavenderlite's Cauldron, where we're going to talk and share about things that make us healthy in our lives. But today, I like to talk about weight loss and essential oils that address the weight loss. But before I do, there is something that I do that helps me, meditation, that I want y'all to be a part of. Let me find it. Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. And I think y'all will enjoy this. Like I did. It's getting me into the now, like grounding. Let me find it. Okay. Okay, here it is. All right, but first, what I want us to do, now I know not everybody was here for my breathing, but everybody has their own breathing exercise for relaxation. And one of the basics, when you're breathing to relax, if you count to 3 through your nose, when you exhale, your exhale should be longer than your inhale. So if you inhale at 4 counts, exhale at 5 or 6 counts. Now, unless you do what they call the box breathing. The box breathing, you inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, and you keep going. But whatever breathing that you do to relax you, just do that. And we'll do that for a couple of times before I start with this meditation. Okay, so I'm going to breathe, do my little breathing. There's somebody else getting. Oh, somebody else is coming.
I got him. Don't worry. I got the door.
Okay. Oh, you got him? Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so after you finish breathing to relax, because you need to relax, this is not a meditation where you're going to close your eyes when we go through it. You're going to need your eyes. Okay? It's real simple. Okay, let's start. It's a simple exercise that can bring you into the now. It brings you into, and you can do it anywhere at any time. Okay? So first, take your hands, and I want you to look at your hands. Just look at them. They're a marvel, aren't they? Notice how they move without even thinking about them. Keep looking at your hand. Notice how they feel. Notice any warmth. Notice any tingling. That warmth and tingling is life energy. There is a subtle energy that enlivens your hands and the rest of your body, which moves through and surrounds your body and brings life to what would be just flesh. Your hands are alive, and that aliveness can be felt. Take a moment and just feel that aliveness. It is experienced subtly, like a vibration, a tingling, a warmth. Notice how that aliveness is not only in your hands, but also through your body. Can you feel it in your face? Can you feel it in your scalp? Your feet, your arms, your thighs, your chest. Every part of your body is alive, and that aliveness can be felt subtly by you when you pay attention to it. Paying attention to the aliveness will automatically bring you into the now. Now notice what is aware of your hands and the aliveness in your hands. What is looking out of your eyes and noticing? What is noticing is not what thinks. Noticing is separate from thinking. Noticing is silent, allowing, receptive, gentle, non-evaluative, and simply experiencing what is being noticed. When you are noticing, you may also experience some rejoicing in that noticing, since being aware of life is essentially a joyous experience. What a miracle it is to be alive, aware, and to have a vehicle for experiencing life. Without the body you have, and without the consciousness that is connected to that body, you couldn't have even the slightest experience. What is aware and gazing out of your eyes? What is that? Marveling at your hands and at all of life is who you really are. Who you really are is not a thing, but the awareness of all things, all experience, all thought, all feelings. This that you are is totally in love with life and with everything that is aware of it. It doesn't judge experience as good or bad, but says yes to it all. And that's the end of that. So that's my little meditation that I do that helps me to stay in the now. I have problems sleeping. I suffer with insomnia. The doctor had given me medication to slow down my thoughts. It just made me have a seizure in my face. I do the oils to relax to me, but I still have problems sleeping. But ever since I started doing this meditation, I've been going to sleep. You know, like that's something new to me. I've never slept all night, anything like that. So that's huge. Okay, but let's get started. Now I decided, what's he doing? Reggie?
No, but I'll find out who. Stand by.
Okay.
Go ahead with your presentation.
I know, I can't see. Okay, can they see me? I don't know if they can or not. I was gonna bring up the, let me see. Okay, so let's start with the presentation. Okay, I decided to do weight loss. One reason why I decided weight loss, because besides the fact that I need to have the fact that I need to lose weight myself, like I said, I'm here to share my experience. And I had an experience of losing weight, and I gained some of it back. But I want to share with you my experience doing that. And this is what I'm going to do. Let me find screen share. Oh, man.
That was strange.
Okay, there we go.
Kind of strange.
Hey, let me see. Can y'all see this?
Yes, we can see it.
Now, what I'm putting up here is a recipe that I use. When I first retired from my job, when I first retired from my job, I had put on all this weight. I was 212 pounds. My blood pressure went sky. I was already on blood pressure medication, and they increased the dosage. And then they put me on diabetes medication. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't work all this time and got to this point of retiring. Now I'm diabetic. Oh my God, you know, I'm like, I'm supposed to be living my life. So what's I want to do? So anyway, the bottom line was I ended up joining the gym, but it's not just the gym. It's more than exercise. So this is the recipe I went online, and I said, you know, like I wanted to lower my blood pressure. I didn't want to take vitamin medications, so they gave me this recipe. Okay, and this is the recipe that I give everybody. The people that knew me, they said, "Dad, what you do?" Well, this is what I did. This is the recipe. It says 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. All right, and what that does, see, when consumed regularly, has this particular acid in it, and it showed people with the obesity decreased abdominal fat, the waist shrunk overall when you consume it regularly, and prevents fat buildup. So that's what the apple cider vinegar does. Not white vinegar. but the apple cider. And one of the sad things about it, the Bragg's vinegar used to be the best vinegar to buy because it had the mother, what they call the mother in the bottle. Now there's no more mother. When you go and get it, it's clear. You know what I found out? There was a generic brand that had the mother. What does that tell you? And Bragg's is so expensive, but the cheaper brand actually has the mother. So I suggest you don't buy. I never thought I would say those words, don't buy Bragg's, girl, but I'm saying it. Don't buy vinegar. Buy the cheap with the mother in it. And the mother's the concentrated nutrients in there. So don't buy Bragg's, right? So that's the first thing. And you use 2 tablespoons of it. Okay, now the next one is, the added benefit. The added benefit is people who struggle with hormone resistance could benefit from taking a shot of apple cider vinegar with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stir 1 tablespoon of apple cider in a glass of water, and it slows glucose production and absorption to help lower blood sugar. So that's why I told people, somebody said, oh, I don't have to lose weight. Good, but there's other benefits to it too. That's why I said added benefits. Another added benefit, because it has the power to decrease bad cholesterol and increase the good cholesterol at the same time. That's what they call an adaptogen, when something does both things. Okay. The second ingredient was 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, because citrus fruit is high in pectin, and it's a type of a soluble fiber that expands the stomach, so it helps you make you feel full. So if you feel full, you won't eat as much. That's why they say it. Now, to add it, you feel for a longer period of time. Now, the added benefit that encourages the liver to increase its production of bile, because you need that. And bile helps to improve the move of food. Without that, the food would just stay there, sitting there and rot, but it helps to get it moved through the colon, and thereby improving digestion. The second added benefit of the lemon, and this was a study done by the American Heart Association, found that eating large amounts of that citrus fruit called flavonoids reduce the risk of strokes in women. That's something I had just found out when I researched that. Although I had other stuff on lemon, but recently I just found that because they're constantly researching these oils, because they know they work, but the government don't want to spend money on it. They'd rather give it to big farms so they can make a lot of money. See, oils, they're cheap, you know what I mean? So they can make a lot of money off that, right?
Right.
Okay, a third of just some lemons are loaded with compounds and antioxidants that fight off cells that causes certain types of cancer. One study found that extract from lemon was successfully killed off breast cancer cells. That's huge. This is a study. It wasn't nobody's opinion. You know what I mean? So next time you might think of lemon differently next time, you know what I mean? And okay, the next thing was 2 tablespoons of honey. And a lot of people already know honey has multiple uses. It suppresses the appetite. That's one thing it does. So people because some people tend to overeat, but it does suppress the appetite. It helps to curb those hunger pangs throughout the day. This in turn will help you in avoiding unnecessary snacking. You know what I mean? You know, they have the little honey candies or whatever. You can carry them with you. You can suck on those. You know what I mean? In between times. It's those in between the meals sometimes when I get in trouble. I need to put something in my mouth. You know, just be more mindful what I put in. Okay? Now, when you go a step further by replacing sugar with honey, what is it doing? You balance the brain signal that compels you to consume more stuff. So that helps with that signal. You know, we all got that signal. Even if we full, something tells us to eat more. Because there's some ingredient they put in food that makes you want to keep eating. And I did a little research on that, and there is something. I can't think of what it's called right now. One of the added benefits of honey, it acts as a fuel to make the liver produce glucose. That's who. This glucose keeps the brain sugar levels and forces it to release fat-burning hormones. That's awesome. And the traditional value of honey can prevent heart ailments as well as improve eye health. So you can see it's a lot of different things that each one does. The next, number 4, is a teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon is rich in antioxidants, and we know antioxidants go after free radicals that cause cancer. So that's so very beneficial. Some researchers that it may help support blood sugar control and protect against heart disease and reduce inflammation. And everybody know about the inflammation for it. It's all first, cinnamon has been shown to decrease the amount of sugar that enters your bloodstream. That's huge, because after you eat, it actually stops so much sugar to even get into your bloodstream. So you can see how it has a direct effect on the blood sugar levels. Also known to reduce blood pressure. So that's 2 major things that we suffer with as African Americans. Blood pressure and blood sugar, 2 major things. And cinnamon, okay, does it. Cinnamon has been shown to reduce blood sugar when consumed. See the word consistently. That's the hit. That's the operative word for anything that you do like this. You have to do consistently. You have to have some discipline. You have to have some commitment to doing it. You see the things. Okay, some of the most researched health benefits of looks. The most health benefit of cinnamon. Let me tell you. See what it includes? Just cinnamon alone. Look what it does. Y'all can read. I have to read it to you. Can y'all read that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See all the stuff it's good for? What it does?
Decrease inflammation, reduce blood sugar, decreases bad cholesterol, fights infections, high antioxidant content, stimulates the immune system. Stimulates the libido.
I know, libido.
And
fights parasites.
Yes.
Stable, and therefore, see, it can help blood sugar stable and therefore prevent chronic fatigue, moodiness, sugar craving, and overeating. And the last but not least, cayenne pepper. When I first met them, I'm like, cayenne pepper, and I can't eat hot stuff. I'm like, I can't hot stuff. But they're talking about like a pinch, not a teaspoon, but just a pinch. And this is what it does. It lifts your metabolism, so your body starts burning fat, okay? Help and even stifle hunger. What's more, this capsaicin, which is what they call thermogenic concoction, is known as to create additional warmth in your body and consume increasingly fat and calories all the while. Taking nutrients roughly in this particular thing can expand your body's rate by 20%. That means it will burn fat 20% higher more than if you didn't take it. So an added benefit, okay, it's good to mend intestinal gas if you have gas. And I was shocked. I'm like, what? Cayenne pepper? I thought it would cause gas. So you can see how my thinking was all wrong. Stomach pain, the looseness of the bowels, and irritated stomach. That particular caffeine enzyme can help recuperate stomach ulcers. 2, a second benefit, cancer. The compound is helpful in treating malignant growths of lung, bosom, colon, and prostate cancer. Now, all those 5 ingredients I put, and here's the other part. It also lowers your blood pressure. That same thing can bring down your circulatory strain for the time being. Now, I took all 5 of these ingredients and I put it in an 8-ounce glass of spring distilled or purified water. Not spigot water, because spigot water will destroy a lot of nutrients that's in it. So try to use, in an 8-ounce glass. And that's what I did every single morning before I went to the gym. Before I ate anything, I did that, and it really helped because I started out, I should say, after about a month of doing it, and I went back to the doctor, and someone had told me about a supplement called berberine, and it's a natural supplement, homeopathic supplement that lowers blood sugar. But the woman who I hired at the gym, she told me, she says, I've been taking berberine for a couple of years now with no side effects, and my blood sugar's been good, right? You know Denise Kim, right, at your gym? They used to be at the Fox Center. Yeah, she's the one told me. Now, she done moved her practice out LA. She has her own health and wellness called Dina Wellness. She has, cycling and, she's vegan. She just told me the other day, and I was sharing it with Reggie, she no longer takes berberine for her diabetes. I'm like, what? What happened? She says she eats a leaf. She chews on a leaf. And this leaf, the common name is called the insulin plant because it actually controls your blood sugar levels. And she chews on a leaf once a day. So, of course, me and my, research, I did search it out and I found it, and it's true. It's grown in Brazil, that particular, and India, the only two places it's grown. Now, you would think, knowing that big farm here, right? Like say, hey, here's something, you know side effects and it's cheap. But that's the very reason why they're not. Because if it don't have any side effects, then they can't prescribe something to deal with side effects. So, no. So that's something that's huge for me, like to share with people because it works. And she says she loves it. She works. Wow. Somebody said, I need that leaf for family members. Yes, you can. And they sell on Amazon. All right. I looked on Amazon. They sell what they do. They either sell you the powder or they sell you the root that's kind of rooted already and you got to plant it. But that's $49. You can buy the root. They'll sell you a root with the leaves on it and you got to plant it. I don't know about the cultivation and all that, but $49, that's pretty high, but look what it's good for. You know what I mean?
We spend more than that on numbers.
Right, exactly. Okay.
So just let me be clear on one thing before you go on. So you said don't use Dr. Bragg's. Get which? Right,
because they don't have the mother in it. Dr. Bragg's.
What is the mother? What is the mother?
The mother is the sediment that's at the bottom. That's the powerful stuff that makes it work so well. They used to have that in it all the time, but they took it out. Now it's just clear. But I found another one. It was like an off-brand, and it had the mother in it. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. The cheaper one had the mother in it. But Bragg's used to be the apple cider. Get Bragg. Don't get no other kind. But now it's like the opposite. So I really got to pay attention. Things change overnight. All right. So the next thing I want to show is the oils that. Okay, hi, Tanya. Now, next I'm going to share with you, these are the oils that are touted for weight loss in particular. Let me try to screen share this. Screen share. Okay. Where is that? Screen share.
Little green box on the bottom.
Can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, they said grapefruit oil. Okay, it's actually, when they say grapefruit, they don't squeeze the grapefruit to take out the juice. It's the outer skin of the grapefruit where they actually cold press the oils from the outer skin, the rind, I should say. That's where the real nutrients are. Not saying the juice is not good, but the real concentrated is in the rind of the grapefruit or the orange or the lemon or the lime. And it's one of the most effective essential oils for weight loss. They did so many studies that just a 15-minute exposure to grapefruit oil 3 times a week reduces appetite and body weight. That's amazing. So you just got to figure out how do you want to use it. You can put it in your tea. You can put a drop in your tea. You can rub it on your belly. It's a lot of different ways. Other class I had about the uses, but I'll go over that in the end of how you can apply these things they're telling you about. It does suppress the appetite and it lowers your craving for food. It lowers you won't feel so hungry. You feel more satisfied. It's kind of messed up here, but it contains that compound limonene, which helps to increase metabolism, which burns your fat and breaks the body fat down. This is still great for one oil. It also supports cleansing of the and drainage of the lymphatic system. Because everybody knows, if you ever heard about somebody getting cancer, and okay, maybe they can handle it. But if it ever gets to your lymph system, usually that's it. Because your lymph system is something's all over your body. And you shouldn't really drain it. One way to drain is take a brush when you're in the shower and just brush yourself kind of all over to get it moving around. But the average person don't do that. That's why they make the loofah brushes, for the shower, just for the lymph, which carries nutrients. That's what the lymph system does. It carries nutrients and tissue into the bloodstream. It reduces cellulite and prevents bloating. It's also used as it cleans detox out of your body. So even if you took your bottle of water and put a drop of grapefruit oil in it, it will suppress your appetite. One rat study found that just the scent stimulated the breakdown of fat and tissues. That's amazing. Very amazing. Okay. What's the next one? Okay. Now, a test tube study of fat cells that showed that grapefruit oil applied directly to the cells inhibited the formation of fatty tissue. That means you can even put it on top of the skin. That means I would take it, put it in my hand, and rub it directly on my belly, because it takes like 20 minutes for it to absorb into your system and get to your tissues and your cells to work. So, but you got to do it consistently. That's the whole idea. Okay. For example, a study in postmenopausal women evaluated the use of the essential for massages for weight loss. They massaged their abdomen 2 times daily for 5 days each week. All right. At the end of the 6-week study, results showed not only a decrease in abdominal fat, but also a reduction in waist circumference. Their waist actually got smaller by actually rubbing in to the top of the plate. That's what they mean, top of the plate. So grapefruit is one of those ones, I'm telling you. Okay. The next one is lemon oil. Now, lemon, all the things I kind of told you about the grapefruit is similar to lemon because they're both citrus oils. It says like grapefruit, it also boosts metabolism while suppressing your appetite and improves digest. It helps to reduce stress. The tendency to overeat has a lot to do with stress. Number one, stress. Because I know when I'm stressed, first thing I'm gonna do, put some on my mouth. Think like that's gonna calm my stress. You know what I mean? It's puts more weight on me. It's gonna cause more stress because I'll be heavier. Doesn't make any sense. But when we're under stress, our body releases a variety of hormones that favor the storage of fat, and that's how we gain the weight. Just like in grapefruit, it also contains that same compound that burns fat. It boosts collagen protection to our nails and our hair, fights infections, inhibits bacterial and viral growth, eliminates the toxins from the body, and improves energy levels. And this is all one oil, lemon. Not the juice so much, but the outer skin, the outer peel of the lemon. All right, here's the other uses. And these are studies performed on mice. So the lemon oil is calms and improves your mood. So that's a good thing. Because I know when I was overweight like that, I was not a happy camper. I just hated myself, looking in the mirror all fat. You talking about mood. Nothing's going to improve that mood except for me to lose some weight, at least be on the road to losing the weight. It says try setting up the diffuser with lemon oil to release a sweet citrusy swirl in the room. And it actually calms your body, your mind, your muscles, and your throat. It's good for your throat. If you have a sore throat, take a little lemon juice and put it in warm water and gargle with your throat. That helps. It perks up your mood. Boost your brain power. In a study with 4th grade, a student who attended language class in the classroom where lemon oil infused performed much better on their exams. See, these are studies that people did to prove that this stuff really works. Another one was done to improve the cognitive function of people with Alzheimer's disease. My mother has Alzheimer's, and she's in a nursing home. And when they put her in there, they have this floor they put her on, and they diffuse oils in the room because it does have its effect. And lemon is one of the ones. So when I got there, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So, I donated some of my oils to her. My mom's there. So I donated oils to them, you know what I mean? Because it does, it really does. Let me go back. Now, cinnamon. Now cinnamon. Now, cinnamon also helps regulate blood sugar and insulin levels. See, that's so far everything I've kind of gone through all touch on talking about the blood sugar or blood pressure. So you got all these backup stuff, right? Therefore, aiding weight loss and reducing sugar craving. When blood sugar levels are unstable, a person tend to overeat and gain weight. That was me. I used to work at the school, and every day when I drove past, I had to drive past this bakery at Chestnut Hill, and they had the best sandwiches. I didn't know how not to stop. So I created a habit. See, it's not wrong with the habit; it's a good habit, but that was a bad habit. Stopping to get donuts and eating, and that's how I gained all that weight. Okay, all right. Now it says the person tends to overeat. All right, when there is too much sugar in the blood, the body decreases the release of insulin and gets sugar molecule in the cells. And that's how, it gets worse and worse. Excess sugar molecule into fat, which is stored in the body. But cinnamon oil will reduce the risk of heart disease and inflammation and improves blood circulation. It helps to suppress the appetite and boost metabolism. It reduces food cravings and improves justice. And I have some other things in here that's not on here. Oh, you can put cinnamon in your shampoo, because see, they already showed that the top 7 shampoos that's on the shelves, expensive one, is the direct link between shampoos and Alzheimer's and brain cancer, because the level of aluminum that's in there. So I would advise you, if you ever buy shampoos, don't use that stuff. Use black soap. It's very cleansing. It's the black soap. I think that cleans better than any other soap I've ever had. And you just got to use a conditioner after that. But they say if you put cinnamon in shampoo, it stimulates hair growth and addresses dandruff and falling out hair. Okay, it's good for an actual face wash. Also, too, it helps combat acne. But I'm not. It's so many applications in here that I don't have time to go through all. But that's so far cinnamon. Now the other added benefit is a heart health booster. Cinnamon does. A study shows that how cinnamon extract and exercise help to lower both overall cholesterol and bad cholesterol while raising the good. There's another adaptogen. I mean, it does both things. It gets rid of the bad and ups the good. Cinnamon. You know, a lot of people use cinnamon buns, cinnamon, a lot of different things. Cinnamon. But like I said, taking it in some way every day. You're not going to eat cinnamon buns every day to get cinnamon. That's defeat the purpose. But there's a way to apply cinnamon. Cinnamon doesn't have sugar or nothing in it, but it's how you use it. When you put in your tea and your coffee. Some people put cinnamon in their coffee. It gives it a nice little flavor. Oh, okay, cinnamon also been shown to help foster nitric acid production, which is benefit for people with heart disease or who have suffered from a heart attack or stroke, because it contains anti-inflammatory and antiplatelet compounds that can further benefit arterial health of the heart. Wow, just think, heart, cinnamon. You never thought of, they never tell you that. You know, I'm like, cinnamon? You know, but then I guess you wouldn't need all those heart doctors and everything if you did that. Now, here's the added benefits. In this study of 60 people with type 2 diabetes, okay, what's that? Or with different amounts, 1, 3, or 6 grams of cinnamon taken for 40 days, all resulted in lower blood glucose levels, as well as lower levels of triglycerides, which is not good. Okay? You can use a high-grade pure cinnamon oil in your food to reap the blood sugar. That's what I was saying. Use the cinnamon in your foods consistently. But like I said, you're not going to eat cinnamon buns every day, but there are ways you can use it without gaining that extra weight. Okay, and here's one another study. A study published in Journal Metabolism to how cinnamon is called cinnamaldehyde. Found in cinnamon may gently help fat cells to burn energy. The study specifically shows how cinnamaldehyde activates the thermogenic and metabolic response in both animal and human fat cells, which can be beneficial to weight loss. Okay, that's a cinnamon. Now you got ginger oil. Now ginger oil, it's amazing. It does support digestion. I was sitting in this meeting one day, and this woman, she was laid back and she was holding her stomach. I said, "What's wrong?" She said she had she was nauseous from something, and she didn't know it must have been something she ate, and she couldn't really concentrate. And I happened to have my ginger oil in my pocketbook. So I told her, I said, "Stick out your hand." She stuck out her hand. And I took it and I swiped a little bit on the top of her hand. I said, "Now suck it." I said, "Take your hand, just suck it." And I went on, sat down in my seat. Next time I looked over at her, she got up, looked at me and smiled. She said, "Oh, what was that?" Because the nausea went away. Well, I had never used it for that, but it worked for her. And then I was able to tell other people, "Oh, I'm nauseous. Here, get some ginger." You know, they have the little ginger candies you can get. They have ginger tea, and you can buy the fresh ginger. Everything you see, they talk about healthy, all the time about ginger and garlic, and it's true. It reduces sugar cravings, supports digestion, it helps to absorb nutrients. The compound called gingerol effectively reduces inflammation in the body and improves absorption of the minerals and vitamins. And that's something. And reduces sugar cravings. Eliminates flat. You know what flatulence is. And helps to clear bowels. Promotes sweating, which helps remove toxins from the body. And that's what makes us sick, because we keep too many toxins in our body. We're not getting rid of the toxins. And anytime that and here's some more about ginger. One small study found that overweight men who consumed ginger stayed fuller longer. Now, I don't know why men. I mean, I guess they already tried on women. They figured women's always fat ones. I don't know. They decided to try these men, and it worked, right? Another study did looked at ginger's weight loss benefits and suggested that ginger has a significant effect on body and belly fat, waist to hip ratio. Ginger also encourage certain biological activities like anti-obesity, helping to digest food faster, stimulate the body to speed digested food through the colon. See, when we eat and when we go to the bathroom, we think once we take that dunk, it's all clear. No. Particularly, it stays up in you. And it turns to like garbage, so to speak. That's why when you do a flatulence, it smells so bad, because that's all that rotten stuff still up in you, in your upper colon. And this stuff like that helps to flush that stuff out. And part of all that is to drink plenty of water. Well, even if you don't do oil, you should drink plenty of water anyway. And I will tell you what the recipe for drinking water is now. It used to be 8 glasses a day. It's no longer that. The formula for water today is you take whatever your weight is. For instance, if you're 200 pounds, you divide your weight in half. So a half of 200 is 100. 100 ounces of water is what they should be drinking. So you take your weight, divide in half, and that's how many ounces of water you should drink every day.
That's right.
And they gave you some recipes for ginger. You could do it with lemon. See, lemon and ginger are both good for weight loss, for detoxification, for blood sugar level. So you mix the two, you got a double whammy. Apple cider vinegar with the ginger, and you can also mix that with the lemon. Green tea with the lemon and ginger, and so you can do some stuff. You know what I mean? That's okay. Now here's the one. Peppermint. Everybody kind of peppermint, right? It's a natural energizer. It does. I remember, ironically, sitting in the same meeting, there was the guy sitting there, and he was sleep. He was like, couldn't keep his head. He said, I work at night and couldn't keep his. And I happen to have, like I said before, I happen to have my little peppermint oil on me. So I just handed him the bottle. I said, sniff on this, because I don't want to put it on his hand because the oils I have are so strong. And I don't want him touching his face or his eyes, something like that, because I remember my first experience with peppermint oils in general, I didn't really know. And I had used some peppermint oil, not thinking, and scratched my eye. Why do that? Oh my God. Water doesn't do it. I had to actually take soap and put the soap in my eye, let that soap burn my eye. Because if I hadn't, that peppermint would have eaten the meat out of my eye. So I just had to take the pain. That's how strong it is. So, but that person was sitting in the meeting and they was going to sleep. I handed them the bottle. I said, just sniff on that, and it woke them up. I also used that when I was teaching school. I had autistic support children. And there was one kid, he was always sleeping all the time. Never, because I found his whole situation at home was so messed up. And he was only like in the 3rd grade. But he was always, so what I did, I took that peppermint oil and I put some on a napkin. I said, Tajir, I just smell this. He said, what's that? I said, it's peppermint. Yeah, peppermint. Because he couldn't talk that well, but he liked it. And he woke him up and he's doing his work. Well, let me tell you, every day from that day, he like, where my peppermint? Where my peppermint? So I made sure I had it. But listen to this. Just one day, he said, where my peppermint? And I forgot it. I didn't know where it was. I'm like, oh my God, where's the peppermint? So what I did, I took another bottle of oil I had and pretended like it was peppermint because it smelled like peppermint. You know what he said? He's autistic. You know what I said? This ain't peppermint. Oh my God, I feel so bad here. Just kept lying to. I said, oh, here I go. I thought it was. Of course, he went back to sleep. But it really does work. You know, if it needs pain, peppermint oil is in one of the pain salves I make. That's one of the ingredients because it does do help with mental alertness, positive outlook. It avoid. Oh, let me tell you my story about peppermint, my own personal story. When I used to go to the gym, I used to get on the bike and spin it. And I used to do like for 20 minutes, and you burn a certain amount of fat, you know, because it tells you as you're going, you burn this fat. And I'm steady going. But I'm going to tell you who I am. Before I finish, before I get to that 20 minutes, I'm already thinking in my head, I can burn this much. Now I can go have a Belgian waffle. You know, I'm planning what I'm eating for breakfast. I ain't even off the bike yet. And I'm already, I'm going to eat. And I remember sitting in the car, like, what restaurant to go to something. And I'm like, that's totally defeating the purpose. But then I read about peppermint oil. They said it curbs appetite. I said, let me try that. So I put some in my water bottle one morning, and I got on the bike, and I'm studying on it. Next thing I looked up, the 20 minutes had passed. And what? And I'm thinking, what? And I ain't thinking about what I'm going to eat. I was amazed. And then after I got off the bike and got in my car, I didn't even call ahead to order no plate or anything. And that's when I said, this stuff really works. So I continue to do that. And because of that recipe they gave me and going to the gym, and Wanda, you helped me out a lot. I appreciate that. When I got to the gym, I didn't know anything about exercising at all. And she watched me. She said, you're going to hurt your back. I said, what do you mean? And she told me how when you exercise, you hold yourself in, something like that. Thank you so much. You know, and that got me started on my way. You know, it also, it says, so, you know, and I didn't want to eat. It actually did curb my appetite. So that was a big help. You know, so I didn't have to wait to go to the gym to use it. I can use it anytime because it took that hunger thing away. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And, you know, omega-3 is good for your heart. Right there is good for your heart. It has a lot of vitamin C, iron. Look, all the stuff it has in it. Potassium, magnesium, that's up your nerves. You know, so that's all really good. And another thing I'm going to say, it's not on here, maybe it is, that peppermint oil, let me take this down, will stop mice in their tracks. If you have a mice problem or roaches or something like that, get some pure peppermint oil, mix it with a little water and alcohol, preferably like the 90% or vodka. They say vodka. They say in the thing vodka or any kind of alcohol, 70%. Mix that in a spray bottle. I got mine right here. Look, and while I'm sitting here, y'all don't see it. I saw a mouse one. in my kitchen. Oh, I'm sitting here. I'm like, what? I hadn't used this in a while, right? Because my neighbors is kind of but it does, it really does work. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to bring up is, or not that. Did I have something else? Oh, there's another oil. Okay, I have some tips. I have some weight loss tips. It's important when you get up in the morning, the first thing you eat, when you do eat, try to make sure you have enough protein. You know, if you're going to make a smoothie or something, there's nothing wrong with fruit smoothies, but fruit doesn't have enough protein in it to give you that full feeling, to give you what you need to have for that morning. And it's so, you know, because it helps reduce cravings, you know, and just helps with that. Try to cut out sodas. If you're drinking sodas, just try to cut out the sodas. This is what I did, because I used to drink ginger ale like every day. So what I did, it was a gradual thing. I would pour a half a glass of soda and fill it up with water. It wasn't the sweetest thing, but it was still some sugar. And as I did it, I kept adding more and more water, less soda, to the point I don't even do that anymore. You know, so it's the gradual, nothing happens overnight. Another thing, as far as when they say drink water, the best time to drink the water is right before you eat. Drink water, and that'll give you that feeling like you're full. Believe me, it works. You won't eat as much because you already got something in your stomach. You know, you already have something in your stomach. Okay, even with fruit juices, people says, "Why don't you soda eat fruit juices?" But fruit juices contain a lot of sugar. It's best just to eat the fruit itself. But the juices, a lot of it's concentrated, they add sugar to it and all that. But even the juices, I will add water to it, you know, if I do that. But I've been drinking much more water than I ever drank. I hardly ever drink juices anymore. It says eat more fiber. You know, fiber is filling and it helps you go to the bathroom. You feel more lighter. As far as vegetables, seeds, and nuts. It says drink coffee or tea. No need to go overboard though. Okay, but just be mindful. You can add, instead of adding sugar, sometimes I add, I don't have spot on my thing. Oh, it's embarrassing. But you can add coconut sugar, and it doesn't like coconut. If you ever try, because I thought it was too, and somebody told me, coconut, I'm like, I don't want coconut in my thing. But I said, let me stop being closed-minded. And I tried it. It don't taste nothing like coconut. It just sweetens your stuff. That's all. And it has nutrients in it. Sugar, we know don't have no nutrients, killing us. But coconut sugar doesn't taste like coconut. It just sweetens your food. Now, I've tried the other ones. You know, I didn't care for them that much, but the coconut was all right with me. What else they say? Base your diets on whole foods. You know, like over-processed food don't give you that feeling, that full feeling that you need. They're not good for you anyway because they have all these chemicals and stuff in it. And if you eat slower, it's to eat slower. That means if you eat slower, your stomach has time to take in the food and make you feel fuller. If you eat too fast, you put all the food down, then go all bloated, all because take your time. That's what I had to learn to do because I can throw down my food too. So I hurry up, come on, where am I going? Take your time and chew the food properly. It will digest more properly too. Beans are good fiber, very good fiber. And soda should help me get away from 2 liters of Pepsi. That's wonderful, Tanya. You know what I mean? That is wonderful. Okay, I'm going to shut up right now. Can you believe that? Me shut up? Because I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear, what do y'all do as far as any triumphs, any struggles? Please share with us, because I'm still learning. So come on, somebody, anybody.
Hey, babe, it's Peter Collins. I stopped eating so much. I've lost 68 pounds. But I want to start getting.
What you did?
I stopped eating so damn much.
No, not just that. Come on.
No, seriously, that's what I've done thus far.
How did you stop eating so much, though? How did you do that?
My appetite just decreased.
Oh.
when I became aware of the fact, or when I realized, I didn't even realize I was that close to 300 pounds. I didn't know. I didn't even know. Yeah. So, and the motivator was one day I just happened to be dressed nice, and this young girl said, "Oh, you look nice," and that sent me off on the mission. Seriously, that's
Because you said you look nice?
Yeah.
Well, why they say you look nice if you look nice?
Because I wasn't used to dressing nice and presenting myself nice. You know, you get married, you get comfortable, you get lazy, you get your appearance isn't the most important thing to you. And this actually happened to be at work too. So, you know.
She said you look nice though.
Yeah, she said I look nice, and that became. Oh yeah, that was the motivating factor. To start looking nice.
To continue to look nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, got to start buying clothes to look nice, and I had nice clothes to begin with, but the obsession started. But anyway, that was the motivating factor to start the weight loss process for me.
Okay.
And I really just opened my mouth to say, I need you to order me all those oils. I don't care what the price is. I don't care. Just order them for me. Let me know when you got them. Okay?
We'll talk about that. Okay.
Right.
I'll tell you what, maybe you can post that information inside the community in that way. If you haven't as yet joined the Wellness Awareness.
She got my number. She got number.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got a number, her address, and everything else like that.
Well, she's not the only one that wants it, though. I know if you go ahead and put it in the community, everybody can get to it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Does anybody else want to share their journey, or everybody has the perfect weight where they want to be, or any tips or ideas trying to maintain health? It's not so much about weight, it's about maintaining health. Oh, Tanya, you got your hand up? I don't see it. Come on, Tanya.
I'm glad I finally made it. Grapefruit. I mean, I used to love ruby red grapefruit juice until my
Your sound is messing up. We can't hear you, Tanya.
you try to move. Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I haven't had grapefruit since I was in my 30s. Cholesterol, and I had to take a medication. So
we can't hear you again. Tanya, we can't hear you again. We can't. Okay, come on, Samsung. Who's that? We can't hear you. All right, Kim.
Hi everyone. My name is Kim Masters, and I have had the pleasant opportunity to meet Al and her sister Jenna through the years. I'm also a licensed massage therapist, doula, and certified coupling practitioner. Everything Al is saying is so important. I'm so proud of her. I'm a total left-right hip replacement, drop foot survivor.
Wow.
I'm running. I'm running. I'm back in the game.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's
so
awesome.
I wanted to tell you, I became a massage therapist because my entire family, based on due to how my siblings ate, I come from, my grandmother had 12 children and her mother had 18. Wow. All of my uncles and aunts are gone. Wow. My family are falling to various conditions of the nervous system and the central nervous system that deals with Bell's palsy, Alzheimer's, dementia, and so forth and so on. My youngest daughter, through a genetic disorder, she's 25. She has, she's a spastic quadriplegic. They said my baby wouldn't live past 10. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she's going to be 25 on March 25th. And one of the, that's right. And we're having a party on the Spirit of Philadelphia, y'all. Read it on my Facebook page. Give it back. So I just want to tell you that you can heal yourself through the essential oil blends. I've also was an educator of massage therapy to adults that were interested in pursuing a career from 2009 to 2012. And I was teaching continuing education courses now. So I'm so proud of Al. And, again, we have to get it together because those conditions, my sister had Bell's palsy, which he had paralysis in her face. And I had to do work on her to get her moving again. But those are all muscles of self-expression. You can wink, chew, smile, talk. That's right. And keep it going, So, and you can do those exercises for yourself. And I'm going to get off right now. Al, love you.
I love you. I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. I'll be back. I'm trying to
hope to see you in 2 more weeks.
Great information.
Okay, Reggie.
Yes, the information is absolutely fabulous. And my issue right now has been with the low, high blood pressure. And, I'm taking the medication, trying to get the right medication. The last medication has made my blood pressure go too low. So sometimes you feel a little faint like that. But my drawback is that I don't drink enough water. And I went to see the kidney doctor yesterday, and they reminded me, which I really wasn't paying too much attention to, is that there's 5 different stages that the kidneys go through. And I was at 3A, and I was slipping down to 3B. And I know that and we talked about it's basically probably because I'm not drinking enough water. So, yeah. And but I saw a lot of stuff in there that is helpful. I know that the body will heal itself if we give it the right medicine, if we give it the right natural medicine. We just, gather together so that we can remind each other. I know a lot of stuff, but forget it, get by myself, get caught up, And so, and people think that if you know stuff, that you're doing it all, but that ain't the case.
I know.
It's like with a lot of things. Oh, he'll be all right. He's more disciplined than me anyway, but so I am extremely grateful for you. I know I'll be back every second and fourth Thursday to see what you got next.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. All right. Now, Wanda, I know you got some gems. We're kind of running out of time, but you want to add something? Because she's the one that got me started this exercise thing. You know Wanda, right now? Everybody, she's the gym queen. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I can tell you, since years ago when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and we found out each person determined how many calories we were eating. And I've never been obese. I'm a slender person, but people are surprised that slender people, skinny people are diabetics, and it really has nothing to do a lot of times with your weight, but how your pancreas produces or non-produces insulin. So when I found out I was eating 3,000 calories, I was like, what? And so the doctor said, well, listen, it only takes 3 days for you to kick the food habit. And they put me on based on your weight and everything, a diet of only 1,500 calories. And I was like, well, I'm gonna starve on that. But it only takes 3 days for you to adjust and he said, just try it. And I tried it and it works. The food cravings go away. You're not hungry, you drink your water, you take your medication, and you don't even miss the other 1,500. So, and you can make substitutions. So along with exercise, walking, working out, making sure that adults get at least 30 minutes of exercise every day. That's my tip.
And I don't, and I'm guilty of that. Yeah, I don't. But anyway, so now we coming to the close of our program, and I would like to thank all of you for showing up. It means so much to me. And whatever you have learned, I hope you can apply some of this to your own life, and I want you to share it because it's talking about, we're storytelling people. We need to tell our loved ones, our family, our friends, any information that's going to help them in a wellness journey. That's the least we can do. We don't keep it to ourselves. That's how, just generations come up. They, how they eat. You know what I mean? But we are examples of eating the right thing in the right way.
Definitely.
People say, what, you 70 years old? Yes, I'm 70. But because the stuff I'm doing, you know what I mean? And I still have my sweet tooth. I'm going to tell you, I can't wait till after I do my salute, all the good stuff to make now. What can I eat? Sweet tooth. But anyway, so this is at the end now. The next week, not next week, but each time I have to think of what that I'm going through that I can share with y'all. But if y'all have any idea, anything y'all want me to research and present, I can do that too. So I was asked to say this now. Is there anything, topic you would like me to explore for the next visit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would like to maybe touch on arthritic flare-ups. Because I've been experiencing that lately. I was in the hospital this weekend, right, because of an arthritic flare-up. And I think it has a lot to do with my digestive system and how I'm not a regular, I don't go regularly, and this stuff being pushed up. And in other words, Reggie might say, oh shit. Sometime down there, every good chance.
Okay, there's I did a presentation. I don't know if you were on CMOS. Were you on that one? Okay. There's a website of Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. The Reggie and Deion Smith Foundation
Reginald
on Facebook. You can go see all the videos I've done and things that he's done too, all in one place. So, a reason why I say that, look at the CMOS one. Because the CMOS is what did it for me. I didn't even share all of my health issues before I started the CMOS. That's a whole nother, because I did the thing on that. But you can view all those videos on this thing. And, I'm telling you some stuff that you can use for digestive. You know what I mean? And everything I really talked about today talked about digestive. And like Reggie, in order for you to drink more water, find something, maybe some cinnamon or lemon, put a couple drops in the water that tastes good to you, and that might encourage you to drink more water. Okay, so that's the end. Okay, so
before you go, Tanya said another topic that was lupus in holistic healing.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Arthritis and lupus. Yeah, my brother had lupus. Yeah. Okay. So the next time we'll touch on that. Anything else somebody want to add to it on that area? Okay, so we're going to talk about diets and certain foods and things like that, recipes, and I was telling Reggie I would like to demonstrate how to make a black bean burger.
Yes, we can do that. Please.
You know what I mean? And replace the always meeting. It's a time where you don't have to eat meat. You know what I mean? So once we figure that out, because I know how to do it, I just didn't know how to do it to show y'all how. Y'all can't see my hands now. I guess my camera a certain way or something.
Yes.
I guess Reggie will show me how. He's the reduction matter. Okay, so that's the end.
All right, so everybody put your hands together for Althea L. Give it up for Althea L. All right, we want to thank everybody for coming, and make sure that you invite some of your friends. We got everybody. There's family members, people that we know. There's so many people we know that are dealing with so many health issues, especially as we get more seasoned, and and even when we think we know, we these are some great information. We can encourage each other. Also want to invite you, if you haven't as yet already done so, to download the Mighty Networks app or just go to the rdsf.com. That's the rdsf.com and join us in the community so we can keep these conversations going. 2 weeks is a long time in between these sessions. So this way we can stay connected, keep the information going. You can rewatch the video again if you need to, and just be well. Because you know what? We'd much rather talk to you than about you.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank y'all for being here. Until the next time, peace and blessings.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, D. That's my sister right there, Reggie.
Where's she at?
Oh, hey, sis.
Oh, Jenna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jenna.
He said, he need to wrap some heads too. Man, you should see how D rap him. I'm gonna have an head wrapping thing one of these days. I need to learn myself. Like Wanda, she raps hers all the time. I got 3 people in here now. Y'all gonna be my featured guests. Okay, everybody have to say okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Christina called already. You know who was just over here? When I'm finished, I'm still not finished. I'll call you back. Okay. Next.